So good morning, all of you. In our last class, we discussed few basic things about the feature extraction from the data and how the organization extract the meaning from the data through the various computations. So feature selection is an the idea is all about identifying a subset of data that where we want to put our model. So here the data can be directly selected or the data can be a transformed one. So at Kaggle, it is highly based on the computation. So feature selection is not only useful for winning competition and creating effective predictive models. So it also play a part in building statistical model and algorithms in general. So just because we don't have a data doesn't mean that we will not go into the model. For example, if we consider, we can have redundancy or correlated variables in the raw data, and we don't want to include all those variables in the model. So similarly, we want to construct new variables by transforming the existing algorithms or existing variables with the log factors or turning a continuous variable into a binary variable before feeding them into our model. So transformation is also possible and it is needed in many of the cases. So feature selection is all about identifying the subset of data that we want to put in our model. The various terminologies are used um, in feature selection, that is maybe features, explanatory variables or predictors. So different perspective from which we are using the data in academia, the different terms are used, but they are all same. For example, the statisticians, they will say exploratory variables or dependent variable or predictors. So at the end, they're all describing a subset of data which acts as an input to the model. From the computer science perspective, we say it as a feature. So feature extraction and selection are the most important and most understated steps of machine learning. Better the features, the better will be the algorithms. So in order to build a sophisticated model, so we must have a best way to extract the relevant features. So the Will Kursky, he defines that feature extraction and selection is important. And Peter Nowak, who is a director of research at Google, so he says that we don't have better algorithms, we just have more data. So more data, more accurate feature selection can lead to good model. So how do we say the features we have is a better feature? More data is sometimes, just more data. They may not add a meaning to it all. So for example, we can record the dice that we roll until all the cows come home. But after a while, we are not getting any value added because the futures will converge. But for a most interesting problem that Google faces, the feature landscape is complex, nonlinear, and it is enough to benefit from the collecting the data that supports those features. So we are getting bigger and bigger, larger data sets, but that not always helpful. It is the number of features is larger than the number of observations, then or if we have a sparsity problem, then large doesn't necessarily good. And if huge data just makes it hard to manipulate and process because of the computational overhead they bring in. So it can't all fit in one computer, so data needs to be shared across multiple machines without improving our signal. So to improve the performance of our predictive models, so then we want to improve the feature selection process also. So feature selection process plays a very vital role in the predictive models. So better the feature selection procedure and better will be our result. So the having huge amount of data at hand may not always guarantee that the model will work properly. But having a very good feature selection mechanism may guarantee that the model will work properly. So these are the basics about the feature selection. Next, let us look into the problem of user retention.